You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devil's done the end is near. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah. Now they shook from vicious words out this handed book. About to take these rappers back to school. My flow Saturday hook. They crossed the line, ain't no coming back. UPK no cowards. The only thing sweet is the 100 check. Righteous is the Lord. Give me rest from my sorrow. And hand down death for them devils. It's no tomorrow. Why? Cause they violence leave a man in stiff corpse. You see a flag in the badge, I see horns in a pitchfork. So please believe it, the white man is a demon, and I ain't gon' vote for them to free me. No, they beat it still weak. They call it purple, the Spanish knife till he broke like ceiling. You got this nigga on his knees. They wanna have peace. You screaming, let this bitch burn at 1,000 degrees. I'm laying in the bosom of revenge. I told her I'd do anything she please as I squeeze on the double D's. Fuck you mean? It's all from the hill. Yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter. That they do not rise. Go in and feel the world with lies. They die for your skin. You gon' die for your pride. That's why I'm talking to you. So war for your life. Your life. I destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear.
All right, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. This is the Israelite School in the Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, under the commanding General YAHANNA. Today is Monday, and this is the history class. The World War III happening, going on right now. A lot of the prophecies that are starting to unveil itself to the world. A lot of these prophecies that the school has been teaching about since 1969. About how this World War III is going to be happening. Now everybody's starting to see it, and everybody's starting to see the military tactics that Russia's doing, to see the military layout that all these other nations are doing. You got to understand that there is a history, an origin to all this military ranking system, the military order, how all this started to happen, and all this is directly in these scriptures. What we're going to go through is like the military history of ranking and structure and obeying orders and things of that nature, following the men above you. This is what we're going to be going over today. Y'all can give me Exodus 16, 18, and Exodus 18 and 13. Get that for me. I understand, like, when everybody sees our oppressor, you see him take tactical advantage in different countries. Every single country that he sits in, he always sets a station, and in that station he has men in certain orders, men of rank and stature, men above, have captains, officers, generals, things of that nature. That order came from somewhere. The white man doesn't just be coming up stuff off the top of his head. He steals, he looks at other cultures, and he takes advantage of what he sees. He learns from his enemies. That's one thing that the white man does. He sees what that is profitable, and he'll take it and make it his own. And what we're going to read about right now is how Moses looked at his father-in-law Jethro and took the ideas of building such an order in his nation. I'm gonna go there with you too, YAHANNA. Let me give me a second. Give me 18 and 13. All right, go ahead. Let's get it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 13. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people. And the people stood by Moses from the morning unto the evening.
So Moses had his people, took them out of Egypt. They following him. And now he's over these people. He judged every single issue that comes to him. He is the man, pretty much. He is what we call today commanding General YAHANNA. But right now he has no men under him. He takes every single issue. Go ahead and keep reading,
YAHANNA. Verse 14. And when Moses, his father-in-law, saw all that he did to the people, he said, what is this thing that thou doest to the people?
Go ahead.
Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto even?
So what his father-in-law is seeing is Moses taking on everybody's issue. Everybody issue coming to him, and from morning to evening, he's sitting there just handling every single issue alone. He doing all this by himself. And as you can tell, like that can be a very stressful thing, a very heavy burden onto a person. Just imagine if you over a nation of people, and day in and day out, you handling every issue from the major issues to the smallest issues. Go ahead and keep reading.
Verse 15. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, because the people come unto me to inquire of God.
Yeah, he says to his father-in-law, I'm doing this because the people need me. They need knowledge, they need guidance, they need counsel, and I'm doing this for my people. I'm going to give them what they need. This is my job. This is my position. Go ahead and keep reading.
Verse 16. When they have a matter, they come unto me.
Now he says to his father-in-law, if they got an issue, they come to me. Go ahead.
And I judge between one and another. And I do make them know the statutes of God and his laws.
So he lets them know like what's right, what's wrong, what is the issue, what the Most High laid out for what order they need to go in certain type of manner, what the Most High laid out for what the children of Israel should be doing. Moses is carrying out everything by himself according to the law of the Most High. Continue reading.
Verse 17. And Moses' father-in-law saw unto him, the thing that thou doest is not good.
So he looking on Moses and he just like, man, this is stressful. Like your hair gonna turn gray. Like you about to be wrinkled in the face. You know what I'm saying? You about to look like a 37-year-old white man. You know what I'm saying? Just stressed out, looking bad. Let me stop messing around. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 18. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and this people that is with thee.
Hold up, go read from the top.
Verse 18. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and this people that is with thee. For this thing is too heavy for thee.
So he was like, man, you about to wither away. You about to stress yourself out because this is a heavy burden to wear on one person's shoulders. Like that is too much. Like just imagine in today's time to where you can just make it a small portion. Just say you in the city of Houston, you know, and everybody in that city is calling your phone for every single issue to say, hey, man, this man stole from me. This man made me feel a certain way. This person, I have an issue with my rent. I mean, my lights is cut off. I mean, hey, I'm having issues with trying to get from point A to point B. I ain't got no gas out here. Hey, man, the gas prices are high. Hey, what you gonna do about it? Hey, just you see your phone just never stop ringing, ever. You get no sleep. Just imagine the whole city's coming to you to solve an issue. Big, small, it don't matter what it is. They coming to you. You ain't never sleeping. You ain't never getting no breaks. Go ahead and keep reading.
Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone.
Keep reading.
Verse 19. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to God ward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God.
Now not Jethro, but Moses' father-in-law Jethro, he's like, man, look, I'm about to give you counsel, kind of see what you should do, and hopefully the Most High will kind of speak through me to help you out, because what you're doing is seriously stressful. You about to wither yourself away. You by yourself. You up here. You taking problems from morning to evening. You know, like I think you should do it this way, and this is the way that all the rest of the nations on this earth handle their military. Go ahead and keep reading.
Verse 20. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt show them the way wherein they must walk. and the work that they must do.
So he's telling Moses, like, look, you need to I'm gonna teach you how to teach you how to gather certain people together, teach them what they need to do, the laws, show them how they need to walk, how they need to carry themselves, how they need to judge others. Go ahead and keep reading.
Khan. Verse 21. Moreover, thou shalt provide all of the people able men,
Mm-hmm.
such as fear God, men of truth,
Mm-hmm.
hating covetousness, and place such over them
Mm-hmm.
to be rulers of thousands and rulers of hundreds,
Uh-huh. And rulers of, go ahead.
rulers of fifties,
Yep.
and rulers of tens.
Now that's the ranking order system right there. To be rulers of thousands, or rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties. He's telling him, look, you need to get some righteous men that's gonna fear God, men that's gonna follow this truth to the T, and that's gonna be judging matters and handle matters how they should be according to the law. And when you set them up, you need to set them up almost like battalions. Like this man is going to be over a couple thousand. This man is going to be over 50. This man is going to be over a couple hundred people. He's showing him a hierarchy system within his judgment, within his nation. He's setting the groundwork, the economic but the foundation of how his the men that are going to be help judging matters or help leading his people in order. Go ahead and keep reading.
Khan. And let verse 22, and let them judge the people at all seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge.
Go ahead.
So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee.
See, so what he's doing is taking away all the little bitty petty things. You know, like all the issues of let's say there's two brothers, you know, dealing with each other on a personal matter. Okay, this man that's over 1,000 can handle that. You know, issues with a man and a maybe his wife, a friend, or something like that. A small issue, he'll have his men. But major issues that are affecting the let's say it's going to affect the nation, or you know, it's going to affect the whole people of there. He's going to be judging those matters. He's taking away a lot of burden and letting the men around him that he feels that are heavy in this truth, that's going to follow law to the T, make them handle these small matters. And at the same time, these men are going to feel the burden. They're going to take on this weight of responsibility along with Moses. He's going to have some camaraderie run among his men too. Go ahead and keep reading.
Khan. Verse 23. If thou shalt do this thing, and God command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure.
Mm-hmm.
And all this people shall also go to their place in peace.
Gee, so he won't have people just sitting there just waiting for a long time, waiting for them to get for him to get to them, because he has men around him. Like I said, like when you got men, when you're over something like that, and you got men that help you along the way, judging matters, you bring a stronger brotherhood. Like when you look at this school, I.S.U.P.K, you know, just like how the amazing Commander General YAHANNA, he has thousands. He has thousands of men in different cities handling a lot of issues in different zones. And the major issues he will handle for the nation. And when we see that, because I mean, we see the issues that we deal in our city, you know, no matter what it is, you know, maybe something locally or something dealing with a sister trying to get in a home, dealing with some children trying to get fed. You know, we out here feeding people under a bridge. You know, just imagine, I can only imagine Commander General YAHANNA help feeding a nation of people. And we just sitting here doing small, we look at this as small time. You know, he got men sending men to Acuña, Mexico to feed his other brothers and sisters. He has men to do that. Just imagine if he had to do that by himself. So he has men with the burden, having that burden to help others, to feed others, to house others, teach others. He's able to reach more brothers and sisters throughout this nation, throughout this world, throughout the four corners, to wake them up to this truth. And we see how sometimes we look at it and it's like, man, I can't believe this is heavy. So we can only imagine what Commander General YAHANNA feels or General Hyman feels, when it comes to dealing with certain matters. So it's like it puts a certain sympathy for your people. And then at the same time, you look at your brother because he's going through the same thing that you go through, helping others, but he's a higher type of stature than yours. So he's dealing with even more. So you just value that brother even more because the stuff that you're dealing with is minuscule according to what he has to deal with. That's how we in the I.S.U.P.K, we look at our captains, our generals, our officers of 5,000, even 1,000. Like the rank and order system is pivotal in this school, just like how it's pivotal in this book. It releases the heavy burden that a brother has on his back, and you have another brother to carry that weight up that hill with you. That's all about brotherhood. Go ahead and keep reading, Yapcon.
Khan. Verse 24. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 25. And Moses chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s.
So he's looking at how he's taking these men, and you might have, just like how we have in I.S.U.P.K, we got officers of 50, officers of 500, officers of 1,000, and officers of 5,000. And then we just keep going up. Captains of 10,000, 12, then get to the generals. These men start to cover different grounds, different areas, different zones, and it gives the people enough to have certain guidance among those men. Like these men can take on a lot of issues all at the same time, and at the same time working together. You got different cities coming together to handle major issues. It's like I said again, like Mr. Acuna, you had San Antonio, you had Houston, you had Killeen, you had all these different cities with all these men, men of 5,000, 1,000, 50s. You even had troopers, captain, all these men coming together to handle a serious issue guided by the commanding General YAHANNA. That's the type of order that it is. And this is the type of order that the white man uses now. When he sends his men to Afghanistan, to Russia, or to the jungle or whatever to try to take over, what did he do? He sends his generals. His generals have their captains. They report with their officers. Then they got their infantry, their soldiers, their petty officers. They have all their lower men to handle a lot of issues, scouting and things of that nature. What do you think that come from? That all those type of tactics come from the nation of Israel. Y'all give me. Were you about to say something?
If I could, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
I was going to say what you're saying is heavy, Adawan, because you stated that this rank and order system and the truth, and even when Moses was using it or started it,
Mm-hmm.
it brought amongst brotherhood.
Yeah.
But in the white man's military, it doesn't bring amongst brotherhood because they're just working for a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty much bounty hunters, so
straight up,
they're not really doing anything. Adawan.
Straight up, and one thing you saying is true, because what that oppressor do is he loves power. That's one thing he loves, is just power, to be over something, to be in charge. I love that. A lot of your oppressors, a lot of the white man, he just loves to be in the military just to be over somebody, just to have a gun to just be able to just shoot somebody just cause, and have no no type of repercussions to do anything. You know, like it's like they have to go out there and just kill something for no reason. You know, I mean, the Native American our brothers, they say a white man he hunts on the full stomach. You know, he just kills for no reason. You know, just for sport. You know, that's what he loves to do. You know, and then when he sees the tactics, when he sees war tactics that our people use, he sees that as genius level. You're like, oh, I have to use that. I have to bring that into my arsenal. You know, that's what they do. Just like when you look up like guerrilla warfare, you know, like what do you think that comes from? You know, that comes from our Native American brothers. You know, Reuben, you know, Gad, you know, the way that they hunt these animals is the way they hunt their enemies. You know, that like they them doing the what's the French Revolutionary War. You know, the white man got a good taste of what it is to fight a Gadite. Because when see a white man go to war back in what was it like the 816 or the 18 or something like that, hundreds something like that, they all line up and it look like a little war game. You know, one line, the front line, that's what they call front line infantry, because that's the front line. He'll sit there, shoot his gun, he'll take a knee. Then the man behind him shoot his gun, and then he'll take a knee. And then another row, the third row, they shoot his gun, he'll take a knee. Then it just keeps going, just like that. It's just like, okay, you shoot first. Okay, now you doing, I'm gonna shoot first. And it's like one line stands in front of the other, and they sitting there just shooting at each other. And whoever got the most men, at the end wins the war. You're losing a lot of men at the same time. It's just stupid. Stupid warfare. You standing there waiting for somebody to finish shooting while you reloading your gun and stand in front of them. That's just dumb. Straight dumb. But see, you fighting, the nation of Israel. You fighting the children of Israel. What we doing? Ducking behind trees. Bah! Taking our bow and arrows. Taking their bow and arrows. They taking it to the shooting. And they know the certain men that are the leaders of those battalions. They can tell by the clothes that they wear, about the hats that they wear, the shields on their shoulders. They can see who's in charge, because they know that you take out the head, you confuse the whole company, you confuse the whole battalion. You saw that in what was that movie? It was that movie with Mel Gibson, The Patriot. You saw how Mel Gibson used the tactics that when he fought the Indians. Back then, he used their guerrilla warfare tactics. When they took his son, and he took his other two sons, and he went in that forest, he told them, look, when I shoot the first shot, you jump up, you shoot, you get right back down. So when you see a battalion, they sitting in the forest, they looking around, all they see is their bodies is dropping. They don't know who they fighting. They look like they fighting ghosts. That's what it felt like. Like you seeing your man drop next to him, you hear gunshots, you see bow and arrows flying, your man falling off the horse, you shooting trees, but you don't know what's going on. Our Native American brothers, they screaming in the background, sounding like banshees scaring the hell out of the white man. He's scared as hell. He just see noise going, bodies falling. What should I do? But still, when you look up guerrilla warfare, like I was saying, who name they're gonna pull up? They're gonna say what? Sun Tzu or Art of War. They think, okay, yeah, the Moab. No, who do you think he got it from? This is the world moves on what the nation of Israel does. Like we give the whole world how to move, how to clean themselves, how to pave roads, how to carry this. Like all the ideas that this world has mostly comes from the nation of Israel. That's right. Because we got our ideas from who? The Most High. The Most High told us what to do, told us how to move. Go ahead and drop down to Deuteronomy. Give me Deuteronomy 16 and 18. Show you how he started naming and using his men to judge matters at the same time. Drop down there with you. 16 and 18. Yeah, go ahead and read that for me.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, verse 18. Judges and officers shalt thou make thee in all thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee throughout thy tribes, and they shall judge the people with just judgment.
This is still going on to this day right now. We have men in our tribes, in I.S.U.P.K, that are helping our brothers, helping our sisters, helping our nation, and we judging matters going out through every city, different countries. You got brothers in Jamaica, brothers in Haiti, Mexico now. You got brothers in United Kingdom, Trinidad, you know, helping our brothers and sisters judge these matters. And this is the same way that the white man built his what do you call that? Justice system. He uses judges and officers to handle his situation. You know, like, why do you think judges wear all black? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, it all comes from it comes from something. Everything has an origin place. You know what I'm saying? The white man sees a good idea and he will take it. You know what I'm saying? Even in his military system, when the military system, the white man will even take his people and try to brainwash them at the same time. I remember when I was in the military, went to boot camp or whatever, I tried to go to church. Of course, this is way before the truth. Way before I got the truth. Sunday used to go to church, right? And when you sit in there and they saying a lot of nothing, this Catholic kind of mixed with Baptist a little bit, it's kind of weird. But then in the middle of the so-called sermon, they start playing videos of patriotic videos of the eagle flying through the air, bombs falling on the ground in Afghanistan, videos of them shooting, you know, just shooting out in the wind, playing some rock heavy metal song in the background, flag blowing, you know, the whole little rebel type of feeling. Boy, you should have seen them oppressors up in there, the white man in there. He just yelling, yeah, woo. I was sitting there, I'm looking around like, I need to get the hell out of here. Like, these boys is crazy. You know, I'm like, man, this is, they losing their mind. They want to take the shirt off and start twirling it around or something like that. It was crazy. You know, and it's like they try to brainwash their soldiers, I can't even say it right. Soldiers, whatever, how you say it. And you know what I'm saying, just to get out there in that field and just have no mercy, no anything for their enemies, just killing for no reason. You know, it's one thing to have a reason to fight for something, but being a black man, being a Native American man, a Mexican man, being in a white man's military, it's like, why would you go overseas to fight another man's war? That's one thing a hard lesson I had learned in the military, because Muhammad Ali said it best. He was like, you know, why would I go over there in Vietnam when my enemy's right here? You know, I don't need to go way over there in Vietnam. I mean, Chinese man ain't calling me no nigga. He ain't, you know, putting a gun in my face and telling me I can't eat certain places, you know, having an economic system built to where I can't survive out here. Like, the white man's doing it to me. I got an oppressor that's doing it to me. You know, so it's like, why would I go and try to fight his war when he's making it hard for me? I'm trying to make it easier for him. I'm trying to conquer what he wants. I still can't even get what I need out here, but I'm helping him get what he wants. That's backwards. I know a lot in the military. There was a lot of Israelites out there. The military is filled with Israelites, just filled with it. I know a lot of it is because they're trying to get citizenship. You know, you get citizenship easy, jump on the military, you get it. You know, but at the same time, you're fighting a war for somebody that hates you, locking you up in cages. You know, you can't even, right when you cross the border, they send you right back over, leave your children here, leave them in cages, separating families. and all they doing is trying to get over, just trying to eat. You know, it's just like we got to understand. One thing we need to know is know our enemy. Matter of fact, you got the apocrypha on you, Yapakar? Give me Ecclesiasticus 12 and 16. This is one thing that our oppressor does to help him win his wars. Just like in every war he fights, our people are in it, and they are a major pinnacle in helping him win his wars. Just look at the Tuskegee Airmen. You know, the civil wars. Like we out there fighting supposedly for our freedom, but at the same time, as soon as you get back home, you still feel like a homeborn slave. You know, you ain't got no 40 acres and a mule, quote unquote. You know, as soon as you get out, it's like you dropped out of high school and you still trying to find a job. No experience. You go to a job, it's like, what's your experience? I was frontline infantry. I helped battalion get over, and we took over this fort. Like, okay, better luck next time. You know, that helps you not at all, but it does help help your oppressor build his foundation, build his economy up even better. Go ahead and read that for me, Abkan.
Khan. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
So your oppressor, he's going to tell you all those good, sweet things to your face. Just like when you sit there in front of a recruiter, like, man, you know, when you get out there, you're going to see so much land. You're going to see so much opportunity. You're going to get to travel. You're going to get to meet new people, you know, make some money along the way. You know, we're going to take care of your room and board. We're going to take care of your food. You know, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You just go out there, you just experience. You know, I know you ain't seen a lot. You just, you know, seen just in your area, but we're going to send you across the country. You're going to see different cultures. You're going to see all that type of, but at the back end of the day, as soon as you leave off, got another sucker. As soon as he come back, I ain't worried about it. So your recruiter will pick up the phone all the way until you get to that boot camp. After that boot camp, after you sign up and get in that boot camp, you call your recruiter. Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm like, no. You're done. He done got his bread. Move on to the next. Go ahead and keep reading.
Khan. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
See, your oppressor will pretend that he cares. He will pretend that he cares. But at the end of the day, even your blood doesn't satisfy him at all. I mean, you saw that in that movie Django when you see Leonardo DiCaprio having two slaves fighting over the floor. You know, it's just all for sport. That's what these war games are now. All for sport, trying to get the best property, not the best property, but the best land, trying to get those resources in that land. So they still fighting in Israel over land, trying to get those resources, trying to get that oil. And we fighting, our people are fighting for the white man to give him our land that we actually own. Ain't that crazy? We're fighting somebody for the land that really belongs to us so he can get it. That's crazy. That don't even make any sense. I'm fighting for my oppressor so he can keep my house. Man, I'm trying to tell you. Y'all, because give me hold on. Oh shit. Y'all can give me Joel 3 and 9. So what we don't understand is this World War III, this is just all a setup for the Most High. This is like a big, huge movie. So everyone will know who the Most High is. When you see, and when you look at past stories in the Bible, you always see like the the odds are stacked against the individual that's gonna make it, like David and Goliath. You know what I'm saying? Or who was it? Aaron and was it the walls of Jericho? You know what I'm saying? Like it's always stacked high to where it looked like they're not gonna be able to prevail. But since the Most High is there, the Most High is with them. People know it was of the Most High. Like when you look at a movie, but like, what's your favorite movie? Like, what's your favorite movie? Action movie. Well, you see, mine's is like The Matrix or the movie Raid. You know what I'm saying? How Neo will just being up in there, he just fighting all them agents. He won deep, he still prevailed. Or that I think it's Moab. Went in that building as a cop, and he just went from floor to floor, just whooping everybody till it got to the raid. Like looked like he ain't gonna be able to do it, but he still came on top. It's just like that with the Most High. So it's like the Most High is like setting it up, and he's letting your oppressor feel like, yeah, he got the guns, he got the missiles, he got the men, he got the what do you call it, Space Force. You know, he like, go ahead and get all that. Yeah, go ahead and get all that. Get yourself together. Matter of fact, go ahead and read that,
YAHANNA. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
See, the Most I was like, man, go ahead and get your men of war. Go ahead and get your mighty men. Go ahead and wake them up. Get them ready. You know what I'm saying? It's just about to go down. Like, you know, because right now, you too weak for me. I want you to get ready. I want you to prepare yourself. I want you to look and feel strong. I want everybody on this earth to look at you as you are the man. Go ahead and keep reading.
Verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
So he like, man, get your swords, get everything you need, get your tanks, get your, you know what I'm saying, get your submarines, get your nukes, get them. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, get all that type of stuff, man. I mean, you need that too. Go ahead and get him, get him too. Go ahead, because when Christ come through and them angels come through, it ain't gonna mean nothing. Nothing. Go ahead and keep reading up,
Verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
So the Lord is letting you know, like, he gonna gather all these nations, all these heathens, everybody together. That's gonna come, because at first in the World War III, it's gonna be fighting. They're gonna be fighting each other. But then when the angels come, all the missiles gonna start to shoot up. We're like, hey, we need to come together because this is happening. Let's take him down. But all that ain't gonna mean nothing. No matter how you got your rank and order system, no matter how you didn't try to focus and take what the children of Israel did, and so you get your ranking system up, it ain't gonna mean nothing, because you're gonna see how powerful the Most High is. Because the problem is, the nations forgot how powerful the Lord is. That's what it is. What he's doing is he's bringing movies so you won't forget who the Most High is. You won't forget what my name is. He's like, you're gonna know what my name is today. You got me messed up. You forgot what I did. I'm the same God that took my people out of Egypt and destroyed Babylon and destroyed Egypt. I'm the same God that did that. I'm the same God that took down Sodom and Gomorrah. Problem is, you forgot who I am. So what I'm going to do is build them up just to show the power that I have. Because everybody sees the white man as the most strongest entity on this earth. Because he, like I said earlier, he has a station, and he has a port in every nation. You know what I'm saying? And when they see him fall, they were like, okay, that was the Most High right there. That was the Most High. Give me what was going for. Give me Numbers 31 to 48. And it's gonna we still continuing about this ranking and order system. How Esau is just taking what was in these scriptures, making it for himself, and try to capitalize on what we did. Go ahead and read that for me, Upcoming.
Khan. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 31, verse 4.
Hold on. Go up. Yeah, go ahead and read that.
Khan. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 31, verse 48. And the officers, which were over thousands of the host, the captains of thousands, and the captains of hundreds, came near unto Moses.
So Moses had captains, Moses had officers, Moses had a ranking order system. Go up to 14.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 31, verse 14. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle.
Like he had a ranking order system as far as his captains. They were in charge of what goes down on this battlefield. Just like how when you look at, like I said, look at these movies, you'll see the general sit in the background, and you'll see his captains, you see his generals lined up, handling their platoons, handling their men. That's the same thing Moses had, but the white man got it from him. He got it from our people. You know, he's seen how we move, right along with the guerrilla warfare to how we have our system set up. Christ did the same thing. Christ laid his men down and had his men set up in ranks. Matter of fact, let me get that. Yeah, you get that for me, Yabukan. Let me see. Give me Luke 9, verse 14.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 14.
Hold up, we're coming to get that with you. Luke chapter 9, verse 14. Luke chapter 9, verse 14. Go ahead, Gabcon.
Khan. Verse 14. For they were about 5,000 men.
Now, this is when Christ was feeding them loaves and fish, feeding people with loaves, feeding them bread, a couple of bread and a couple of fish, and he set these men down according to their rank. Go ahead.
And he said to his disciples, make them sit down by 50s in a company.
Matter of fact, go up to 13 and read down.
Khan. Verse 13. But he said unto them, give ye them to eat. And they said, we have no more but 5 loaves and 2 fishes, except we should go and buy meat for all this people. Verse 14. For they were about 5,000 men. And he said to his disciples, make them sit down by 50s in a company.
Make them sit down in 50s in a company. What is a company? You look up company in the dictionary. Can you pull that up, Yabukan? Because people be thinking that Christ was a soft man. You know, they when you go to the church, they look him as a blue-eyed, soft-haired, you know, calm. When he was an austere man, you know, he was a military mindset type of brother. Like he was not playing no games with anybody. Go ahead, read that for me.
This is the Google dictionary definition of company: a body of soldiers.
A body of what?
A body of soldiers.
Ooh wee. And he sit them down. Go back to that scripture. What that last line in verse 14 say? He did what?
Make them sit down by 50s in a company.
In a company. Keep reading up,
Khan. Verse 15. And they did so and made them all sit down. Verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Then he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven, he blessed them, and brake and gave to the disciples to set before the multitude.
He gave to his disciples. His disciples was his soldiers. That's the part that a lot of Christian churches don't understand. Like he set them down in 50s in a company, his disciples, and fed them fish and bread. These were straight up soldiers. You know that when you read on and you see how Peter chopped that soldier's ear off for even trying to come and touch Christ. Ain't no soft man gonna do that. Ain't no quote unquote deacon gonna do that. What are you gonna, brother? Hold on, let's talk, brother. Let's wait a minute. Like, so Peter, like, hold up, man. Hold hell no. Yeah. That's a skilled individual. That is a soldier. You know, when you start to look at these quote unquote missionaries, they'll think that Christ and the disciples just walked around like missionaries going from country to country and just trying to convert people to quote unquote Christianity. You know what I'm saying? But now these Christ and his disciples walking around waking his people up, bringing them into the truth. You know what I'm saying? When the white man get a hold of something, he always twists and turns it. He used it as a tactic. Because what happens when you see missionaries go to Africa and go to these different countries? They'll give them the book. They'll give them religion. They'll give them quote unquote love. It might build them a well. If the village ain't got no water, they'll probably build them like a little well water or something like that. Then what did the white man do? He'll come back with some lumber. He'll come back with he'll take their resources. He'll just go over there with the book and take whatever that resources that country has. You see that like I said in Africa. You see a lot of white people move to Africa for these countries for their resources. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They try to do the same thing to our Gadites. You know, try to go over there with their quote unquote love, try to get them that religion and all that type of stuff. Then what? Then now you got this so-called Thanksgiving, where everybody think it was all love, and no, it was a slaughter fest. That's what it was. Straight up and down. They ain't showing no love to our people. Give me because what you call him did it also. Our brother David did the same thing with his people. Give me 2 Samuel 8:18-1. When he was going to war with Saul, he numbered his men. He followed the same path that Moses did. But he's doing it on a whole military scale because right now he's going to war. And he need men by his side. He need fighters by his side. Go ahead and read.
Khan. This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 18, verse 1. And David numbered the people that were with him and set captains of thousands and captains of hundreds.
Hold up. He did. Go back. What was that? 2 Samuel 18 and what? 18-1? Read that one more time.
And David numbered the people that were with him and set captains of thousands and captains of hundreds over them.
Man. See, David doing the same thing. He ain't playing. He trying to get some men to help him take over what he need to accomplish. Go down to go down. Just talking about the Gadites was over there doing the same thing. Where is it? Give me keep reading verse 2.
Kind of Wakan, sir. Verse 2. And David sent forth a third part of the people under the hand of Joel,
Mm-hmm.
and a third part under the hand of Abishai,
Mm-hmm.
the son of Zeruiah,
Mm-hmm.
Joab's brother, and a third part under the hand of Ittai, the Gittite. And the king said unto the people, I will surely go forth with you myself also.
Oh, that was the wrong one. Hold up. So it's Gadites, smoke Philistines. What time is it? Okay. Okay, I dropped that. Give me Deuteronomy 1 and 15.
Hold
Hold on 1 second. No, matter of fact, give me Romans 3 and 1. 13 and 1. And that's one thing in this military is when you don't follow orders to the men above you, there's a certain thing, there's certain description that is called. And in this book, the Bible also follows the Bible follows that same protocol as when a man above you is telling you something according to this rank and order system, you are to follow it, because that is the Most High speaking to him. That is Most High speaking to you through him. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
So that is, let every soul be subject to the higher power. Let every soul be subordinate to the man above you. Go ahead and keep reading.
For there is no power but of God.
Mm-hmm.
The powers that be are ordained of God.
Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 2. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God.
Mm-hmm.
And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
Now, what this was saying is, if you fail to obey the men that is set up over you by the Most High, you are disobeying the Most High. That is what you're doing. And in the military, that is called insubordination. When you disobey a direct order over a man above you, that's called insubordination. You can get reprimanded for that. Straight up disobeying an order from your captain, from your general, or something of that nature. Like you don't do that. It's the same thing in this book. Like you are to follow the men above you. Matter of fact, because following the men above you will save your life.
That's right.
Let me get that. Matter of fact, let me get that. And also, what you also want to do, and when you're in this truth, in this military truth, you also want to lead by example. Like the men that are behind you, they're looking at you as their brother. They're seeing they're looking at you as a stronger vessel, somebody that they can look up to. Give me Philippians 4:10.
Khan. This is the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 10.
Now this is when you having, matter of fact, go ahead and read. I'll break it down when you finish.
Khan. But I rejoiced in the Lord greatly, that now at the last your care of me hath flourished again, wherein ye were also careful, but ye lacked opportunity.
Keep reading.
Verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of one, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content.
So when you look at this scripture, it's saying like, now that I'm going away, your brotherhood is stronger, and you're not relaxed anymore. So you must go harder because your crutch is gone, or the man is gone. So you don't want nothing, and learn courage and apply it. No matter what's going on, good or bad, you still in this truth. You still holding on to this truth, no matter what's going on. And then when you see men above you following that same path, you teach the men below you. You know, you teaching the rest of the nation, and that's something in this military that they do not do. They don't teach others how to endure through hardship. They don't teach others these laws. They don't teach others how to endure even when things are bad, or even when the hierarchy, their man that's above them is not there to continue to dwell in this truth properly. Because, like I said, the white man loves power. So he sees, when this man is gone, I'm going to be in charge, and I'm going to run things my way. Because it's always a saying there's always a different captain of the ship. But in this truth, no matter what captain is in charge, it still flows the same. Because what we're doing here is we're training the man that's going to replace us. That's what we do. But see, in the white man's military, they take that power and they try to hold on it forever, as long as they can. You know, they go to the point where they would kill they'll kill their family members just to make sure that they don't get that power from them. Or they'll see a family member that's in line before them. They want to take them out so they can get their rulership. Like, that's the type of individual that we deal with in this world right now. Like, that's the evil intent that the white man has, or our oppressor has. You know, like when we look at these scriptures, like I said, there's a ranking and order system for everything. And the men above you always place that other men that are strenuous in this law, that are loyal to this law, that are loyal to this truth, that fear the Most High. And when you fear in the Most High, what are you doing? You following these laws, the statutes and commandments, and you loving your brother. Those are the two key points in this book. Following these laws and loving your brother. You do that in this nation, in this military, can't be defeated. The Most High is with you. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, these other nations, they ain't got no brotherhood. Their brotherhood is money. If it's attached to some financial benefit, that's when they come together. Right. That's how they stick together. When it's money involved, when it's taking resources together. And also, one thing they have in common is making sure we stay down. That's another thing. no matter what it is, like if we, like I said, if we was to come together as a nation, like a full set of nation, there's nothing that the nation of Israel can't do. Like the talent that we have. You know, like I said it before, just recently, how Issachar, our Mexican brothers and sisters, like you can't stop them. You can't overwork Issacharite at all. Period. Like I passed by a development, you know what I'm saying, about a week ago, about it passed by a development one day, and you just see the signs that say suburban about to be developed. You come back a week later, the whole neighborhood is up. You know what I'm saying? Pool, you know, HOAs up, houses up, you know, some people got solar panels on their crib. You know what I'm saying? That's how fast Issachar brother works. So just imagine that how you have them and our brothers and our sisters coming together, you know, putting our minds together, putting our resources together. You know what I'm saying? We have our own issues that we handle instead of just when we have an issue, we call a white man. What we need to do is just call the school, call I.S.U.P.K. We in every city, handling issues, handling problems. Crime rate would go down because you got brothers handling our people. Because when you call the police, what's the first thing they do? They come in, shoot first, ask questions later. Look at Breonna Taylor. All our brothers that came in. We had a brother that was, what was his name? He was sitting on the couch eating ice cream. The white lady came in, just blew his head off. I forgot his name, but like, what the hell is that about? You know what I'm saying? Like when like I said, you got our people judging our matters, our people handling our situations. You can't go wrong. With that, this is, well, go ahead and take that. You got the security announcements. Is there any? I didn't even look to see if there's any questions in the.
Look, sir.
Look to see if there's any questions. I didn't even look to see if there was any in there. I didn't even pull it up.
No question.
No question. What about Facebook? No one on Facebook? I don't even see none.
I don't see anyone.
Okay, cool. That Yabahan, past class Yabahan for security announcements. Yep.
Security announcements. We got the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi 3 and 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew. Mayashara, 10% of any penny of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Passover. 14th day of the first month. Friday, April 15th, 2022. Exodus 12 and 1 through 51. Leviticus 23 and 4 through 5. And 1 Corinthians 5 and 7 through 8. And 2 Chronicles 30 and 17. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And these are the security announcements. Separate announcement. Brothers and sisters, Google search the school and request directions prior to departure to the school. Once arrived, click the website button. If you have pictures, you can upload them here. And that concludes the announcements.
That is Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commander General YAHANNA. We're going to do a courteous salute to the brothers. Men of Israel. Bajj Shabbat. Bajj. Barak. Yahabah Hashem Yahshua Barakatah. Yasmatah. Sorry, turn to the sisters. Men of Israel. Bajj Shabbat. Bajj. Barak. Yahshua Hashem Yahshua. Yasmatah. Dismiss.